Have you ever stopped to think that a seemingly harmless breakfast combination could be seriously damaging your health, especially after 60? What was once just a habit can become a real silent risk to your digestion and even your blood pressure. Many people believe they are making good food choices, but in practice, they end up mixing ingredients that the aging body can no longer process in the same way. My own grandmother loved a glass of milk with citrus fruits until the day she started to feel strong discomfort, and no one understood why. It was only later that we discovered that this seemingly healthy combination was a bomb for her body. Have you ever been through this? What you are about to discover now may surprise you, especially if you or someone close to you is over 60. Stay with me until the end, because understanding these food choices can be the difference between living a quality life or facing problems that could have been avoided. And this first combination that I'm going to reveal to you now is just the beginning. And if you've ever had doubts about what you can and can't put on your plate after you're 60, or if you know someone who keeps repeating these habits without knowing the risks, now is the time to share. Leave a comment if you've ever tried this combination that I'm going to show you now. Or if you have a story similar to my grandmother's. I read everything with care, and often these stories are what help other people realize the dangers, where they never imagined. If this content makes sense to you, like the video because it shows YouTube that it's worth spreading this information to those who really need it, and take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos with practical and safe guidelines for living healthier and lighter after you're 60. Your participation here is what makes this channel grow and reach more people who deserve to live well. Take a deep breath, because the combination that follows be more present in your daily life than you imagine. After the age of 60, the body begins to tell a new story, a story that demands more attention, more listening, and above all, more awareness of the choices we make every day. Digestion, for example, no longer works at the same pace as before. What used to go unnoticed can now cause discomfort, bloating, gas, and even fluctuations in blood pressure, according to data from the Brazilian Society of Geriatrics. The average digestion time in people over this age group can be up to 30% slower. It may not seem like much, but this delay changes the entire internal dynamics of the body, affecting the way food is processed, how nutrients are absorbed, and how waste is eliminated. And all of this has a direct impact on your energy, your sleep, and even your mood. The hidden truth behind many symptoms that are considered normal for aging lies precisely in these daily choices, often made without knowing it. A breakfast of bread, milk, and an acidic fruit may seem harmless, but in this new phase of life it can be the silent trigger for a whole day of discomfort. And it's not just digestion that changes. The pancreas, which regulates blood sugar, also loses efficiency over time. This means that sensitivity to glucose increases, and mixing certain foods can cause dangerous glycemic spikes. Even in people who are not diabetic, these revelations may seem harsh, but they bring with them something very valuable: the chance to transform your relationship with food. It's not about restriction, but about mindset. Understanding what's behind your plate is a way to take control of your health. And this, by the way, goes far beyond the food itself. It's small decisions made every day that create a lighter or heavier journey. And the sooner we understand this, the better the path. Now, I want to go even deeper into this subject, because the combination you're about to discover is a perfect example of how seemingly healthy ingredients can become a real trap when put together on a plate. Comment below, that makes sense to me. If any of these body changes have caught your attention, now that we understand how the body changes after 60, it's time to make room for one of the most important revelations of this journey: the combination of milk and citrus fruits, such as orange, pineapple, or kiwi. It may seem like a silly detail, but this combination is a classic example of how simple decisions, which seem harmless, can have a profound impact on your health at this stage of life. And here we're not talking about fads or radical restrictions, but rather about understanding how your body works today, and not how it worked 20 years ago. Let's imagine a simple scene together. You wake up. Prepare your breakfast with great care, cut a fresh orange, and then drink a glass of milk. Sounds healthy, right? But when these two ingredients meet in your stomach, what happens is almost like throwing lemon into a glass of milk. It curdles. The acidity of the fruit reacts with the proteins in the milk, causing accelerated fermentation. This can lead to gas, heartburn, reflux, and that heavy feeling in the stomach that lasts all day. And in people with sensitive blood pressure, this process can even stimulate an increase in blood pressure, something that is often treated with more medication. Without the true cause being identified, the hidden truth behind these reactions lies behind the scenes of digestion. At this stage of life, the stomach produces less acid, and the intestines work more slowly. This makes fermentation and imbalances happen much more easily. And that is why what previously caused no problems now begins to show signs that are often ignored or attributed to age, when in fact they are a direct result of food combinations that are incompatible with this new rhythm of the body. It's not about demonizing oranges or milk. Both can be healthy when consumed in the right way and at the right time. What changes is the mindset. Stop repeating habits automatically and start seeing food as part of a wellness strategy, not just as a routine. Because deep down, this transformation requires presence, curiosity, and the courage to make new choices, even if they are small. Because there are other combinations that are just as common as this. One that also hides silent traps. Right there. I'm on this journey too, if this content is opening your eyes to something you had never stopped to think about. And the most interesting thing is that no one needs to give up the pleasure of eating well to live a lighter and healthier life. The real transformation begins when we understand that, after 60. Our bodies demand a different rhythm. It's not a punishment, it's an opportunity. Instead of insisting on combinations that no longer work so well, the secret is to adjust the details with intelligence and care. If you like fruit for breakfast, great. But instead of oranges or pineapples, which are highly acidic, try papaya, which is naturally digestive, or apples, which have a light and controlled acidity. Perfect. To accompany a glass of milk or yogurt, these simple decisions, when made consciously, have a huge impact on your quality of life. They take the weight off your stomach, reduce heartburn and reflux episodes, balance your mood, and even help you sleep better. This is no exaggeration. It's physiology. When your body doesn't have to fight to process what you've eaten, it can dedicate energy to other essential functions such as immunity and mental focus. And the strangest thing is that often we spend years thinking that we need more medicine, more supplements, more tests.
Ow.
When in fact, all that was missing was a tweak to our diet. This mindset of looking at food as an ally and not as an obligation changes everything. Breaks old patterns, reveals hidden truths about what is behind constant discomfort, and gives us back control of our own health. It is as if, little by little, we are discovering the behind the scenes of our body and learning to talk to it with more respect and attention. And when you start making these changes naturally, you realize that you're not giving up anything. You're choosing to live better. It's a journey of listening, of small revelations, and above all, of conscious choices. Now, I want to go even deeper into this topic because there are other common combinations in your everyday diet that could be sabotaging your energy without you realizing it. Comment. This makes sense to me. If you have noticed that your body has been asking for this new look for some time, and when we start to pay more attention to what we put on our plates, other dangerous combinations also start to appear, often disguised as practical, tasty, or even healthy. One example of this is bananas with blood pressure medication. Many people take the pill and then eat a banana, thinking they are taking care of their body. But this combination can alter potassium levels in the blood, putting the heart at risk. It's not something everyone knows, but it makes all the difference. Another common case is drinking coffee along with an iron supplement. Caffeine drastically reduces the absorption of iron by the body. So, if you are taking supplements, you may be canceling out the effect of the medication without even realizing it, and this has a direct impact on your energy, mood, and even memory. And there's more. The combination of red meat and fatty cheeses, so common in barbecues, sandwiches, and weekend meals, is also on this list. The excess saturated fat in both makes digestion difficult, overloads the liver, and can raise cholesterol levels in those who are already predisposed. These are details that in isolation may seem small, but together they create a scenario that demands attention and new decisions. It's not about eliminating everything, but about understanding the behind the scenes of these choices and how they connect with the reality of your body today. This awareness is the first step towards a true transformation, not only in the menu, but in the way you live, in aging with autonomy and clarity. When we allow ourselves to see these hidden truths, we discover that prevention is not just about medical appointments, but about small, everyday actions. The journey to living well after 60 is made up of fine-tuning, a new mindset about what feeds and what poisons, and the power to choose with more presence. Now, I want to go even deeper into this subject, because there are other everyday combinations that seem harmless, but carry silent traps that no one tells you about. Comment. I'm on this journey too, if any of these combinations surprised you today. If you've made it this far, it's because this content touched on an important point in your journey. And that makes me happy, because everything I bring here has a purpose, to help you make more conscious choices that really make a difference in your daily life. So if this conversation made sense to you, leave a like on this video. It shows that it's worth continuing to bring this type of information with such dedication. Also, take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel, because there's always new content, straight to the point, designed for those who want to live well after 60, with more clarity and autonomy. And if you watched it until the end, comment below. I'm with you until the end. I would love to know who has stayed with me in this exchange so far. Now, there is a video here on the side that complements exactly this topic. Click and continue with me there. There's still a lot for us to talk about.